guys. It is Coach Williams, and we are here for day 7, 10 things you need to know to obtain and maintain your freedom. And today we're going to talk about something that can be a negative thing, just all in how you process through it, and that's competition. We know that when we have sporting events that we play against each team. Um, when we go out for job interviews, we're kind of competing against one another for a position. But here's the thing, the only person that you really have to compete against is yourself. You have to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. That's the only true competition. But yes, iron sharpens iron. That there's always going to be somebody that's better than you. There's going to be somebody that's not so good. So there's always going to be you. There's going to be somebody that's here. Then there's going to be somebody that's here. But guess what? You should be able to learn from both. That's real competition, is being able to learn from both of those. You should be able to look at the person that's ahead of you and say, what are they doing? And start to kind of pattern yourself to glean from them, to kind of take what you need, still be your authentic self, but take the information that you need from the person beneath you, that they're looking up to you, but they're also teaching you. They're showing you that you have to stay humble, you have to give. um, what are the lessons that you're learning from them as well? It's not like you have to be like, well, I can't help anybody because, they're going to take my information and then they're going to do, guess what? So what? If they do take the information, they're going to have their own different spin on it. It's like going to a church service, and you can take 10 different people, you can give them all the same verse, and you will get 10 different revelations because we're all different. So for your business, it's going to be different. For your ministry, it's going to be different. For that book that you're writing, it's going to be different. And I used to have a problem. I'm going to be honest with you for a minute with that it was like, if I had an idea, if somebody I knew was doing the very same thing, I wouldn't do it. I would give it to them. I would say, "Oh, well, that's for them to do, not for me." And I was being the martyr, and I was, walking in humility, and succumbing. And honestly, I was hiding. I was. Um, y'all, there's almost 8 billion people in the world. So only one person can have that idea. How are they going to serve all of those people? And I'm talking to people that's in the service industry, those people that are like coaches, those authors, those musicians. How are you going to cater to everybody in the world? Iron sharpens iron. And so you need some people in your life that can sharpen you, because you don't want to get dull. You don't want to become irrelevant. You don't want to get to the point where um, you're obsolete. Think about the horse and buggy. Think about now with the way interstates and everything was made. What if we still had to do horse and buggies, y'all? Horse and buggies are obsolete. The cell phone that you had 10 years ago is obsolete. 20 years ago, obsolete. Because there's always going to be something bigger, something better, something faster. Find your lane and make it the best lane that it can be. Yes, you're going to continuously evolve. You're going to continuously grow. And that's what competition does. That if that person didn't come along that was smarter than you, that person didn't come along that was doing it better than you, if that person didn't come along, because that pushes you, that propels you to your next place. Walt Disney says it like this: I've been up against tough competition all my life. I wouldn't know how to get along without it. He used it to propel him. Everybody knows Walt Disney and Disney World, right? And because of the competition, they're always having to evolve. They may have been the forerunner, but to stay even in the forefront, you've got to evolve. What you did last season is not enough. It's time to step it up. It's time to go to the next level. It's time to continue. Yes, you went 5 feet out of the harbor. Now it's time to go 10. Now it's time to go 20. Now it's time to go all the way. Okay? So your competition is not a bad thing. You've just got to learn to grow from it. You've got to learn to not feel like you're less than. You've got to not learn not to put yourself down and build someone else up. It's time for you to build yourself up and gain your freedom. Because in competition, you will feel like I can't do this. In competition, you'll feel like it's not worth it. In competition, you'll feel like I'll just stay right here. It's okay. It's not. Maybe I can't get anybody else. Maybe I do need to stay in this right here. If they leave, I'm not going to be able to. I can't afford to stay here by myself. If they leave, I can't handle this position by myself. They were such a help to me in this season. So now I feel like me letting them go is a betrayal. But you've got to do what's best for you. So you are your biggest competition. You've got to get past you. You've got to be a better version of yourself, a better version of the person that you want to be. So I want you to take a look at who is your competition. Who's doing that thing that you want to do and you want to do it better. It's not saying you want to be better than them. You just want to be the best at what you do. You want to be an industry expert. You want to be number one. Even if it's just in your eyes, you want to be number one. It's okay. But I just want you to understand when I say competition, that doesn't mean that you're comparing yourself and putting yourself down. You're not comparing yourself and saying, I don't measure up. You're not comparing yourself and saying, I want to be them. No, you want to just be the best version, the authentic version of yourself. And there's always going to be somebody that's going to push you. There's always going to be somebody that's propelling you forward. And we need that in our life. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in today. www.thecassandrawilliams.com, info@thecassandrawilliams.com. If you're interested in Wise Wives Build, that is bit.ly/join WWB. And I want you to go out today and be the best version of yourself. And then tomorrow, I want you to get up and I want you to be better than the best version you were today. I want you to continuously grow, continuously evolve, so that you can be the best version of yourself, showing up authentically in the earth. Have a great one, y'all.